It was the morning of June 3, 2025, and the suburbs of Charlotte County, North Carolina were beginning to stir. Kids were getting ready for school, dogs barked in distant yards, and the scent of pancakes and freshly brewed coffee filled the air. In house number 187, 72-year-old Martha Johnson was preparing breakfast for her 8-year-old grandson, Alan, who had spent the night over after a school holiday. They laughed over cereal and cartoons, completely unaware that thousands of feet above them, tragedy was heading their way. Meanwhile, a Beechcraft King Air 350, a twin-engine private aircraft, had taken off from Dallas, Texas, en route to Virginia Beach. In the cockpit were Captain David Marks and co-pilot Cindy Allen, both seasoned pilots. Around 9:48 a.m., while flying over North Carolina, an emergency alert blinked on the cockpit panel. Engine 2, oil pressure drop detected, requesting emergency descent, Captain Marks informed air traffic control. What they didn't realize was that the plane was now in a free-fall scenario, and they were running out of time. From the ground, it started with a strange sound, a deep hum, then a shrill screech. Sally Morrison, who ran a bakery across the street from house number 187, recalls, "I looked up and saw a plane flying too low, and smoke was pouring from one side. Within seconds, a loud explosion shook the neighborhood. The plane had slammed into Martha's house. A fireball erupted, sending shockwaves across a 4-block radius. The impact destroyed the upper floors of the house. Aviation fuel ignited instantly, turning the house into an inferno. Flames reached nearly 30 feet into the sky. Windows of nearby homes shattered from the force. People screamed. Alarms went off. Chaos erupted. Martha, dazed but conscious, grabbed her grandson and crawled toward the bathroom window through thick smoke. A neighbor heard Alan's coughs and climbed up a ladder to help them escape, just before the roof collapsed. By 10:25 a.m., 10 fire trucks, 3 ambulances, and a police unit had cordoned off the entire neighborhood. Over 100 people were evacuated within minutes. The fire raged for over an hour before it was fully under control. Fire Chief Benjamin Brown stated in a press briefing, "Had we been 10 minutes late, the entire block could have gone up in flames." Black box data recovered from the crash revealed a heartbreaking fact. The pilots had tried to steer the malfunctioning plane away from densely populated blocks in their final moments. Their maneuver avoided what could have been a multi-home disaster. Sadly, Captain Marks and co-pilot Cindy died on impact. They were later hailed as heroes by the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, launched a formal investigation the same evening. Preliminary findings indicated a hydraulic failure and complete loss of control in Engine 2. Aviation experts noted that the aircraft, although legally cleared, was 15 years old and had a patchy maintenance history. Local newspapers questioned, "Are aging private jets putting American neighborhoods at risk?" By nightfall, the incident had made national headlines. CNN and Fox called it a Suburban Inferno. Social media buzzed with footage of the burning house, and hashtags like NC plane crash and flames from the sky trended. President John Ricardo released a statement. "We mourn the lives lost and honor the brave pilots who prevented a far worse tragedy. The FAA is ordered to inspect all aging private aircraft nationwide." From the ashes emerged several stories of courage. Martha and Alan's neighbor Michael Henry had rushed toward the house with no protective gear, using only a garden hose and ladder to save the 2 trapped victims. "When I heard the child crying, I just ran. I didn't think. I had to get them out." For his bravery, he was later honored with the Charlotte Medal of Civilian Valor. A week after the tragedy, house number 187 was nothing but charred rubble and yellow police tape. But a handmade sign stood at the edge. "We will rebuild, stronger than before." Local schools held moments of silence. Donation drives were launched. Over $120,000 was raised within 48 hours for those affected. After weeks of analysis, the NTSB's report concluded the crash was due to engine hydraulic system failure. There was delayed response from maintenance services. Pilots made heroic attempts to minimize casualties. Mandatory checkups for private jets older than 10 years, GPS-linked emergency route guidance for pilots, mandatory pilot refresher training every 2 years. This incident, while deeply tragic, also became a symbol of hope and heroism. From brave neighbors to dedicated first responders and selfless pilots, the disaster showed the best and worst of aviation reality. Martha, when asked months later how she felt, simply said, "We lost everything, but we're still here, and we remember those who made sure of it."